What's up, my fellow YouTubers? So, it wasn't that long ago and I saw this in the movies when it came out, but it wasn't that long ago that I haven't seen this in forever, and I went to go add it to my collection, and it's been so long that I've seen it that I just realized Anthony Hopkins and Ed Norton were in Fracture, which is made only like about 4 years after this, and they have the same chemistry in the movie together. Like that same kind of like, I wouldn't say father and son, but kind of like let's outwit each other type of thing. And nobody can replace Anthony Hopkins. The Netflix series kind of falls short because of that, and the original Red Dragon absolutely. I wouldn't say it absolutely sucks, but it way falls short. The Hannibal in that way falls short of Anthony Hopkins. And this is one of my favorites, although I think even Anthony Hopkins himself didn't like it because the whole time he was behind bars. Whereas, Hannibal, he's walking around, right? And the famous Silence of the Lambs, he's in there, but then he escapes, right? And then he goes off somewhere. So he's, oh man, he's out there, yeah, right? And so this is kind of like a prequel, and but it's still good. It's still one of my favorites, right? He gets caught in the beginning. He's like, how did you know? He stabs him, and you feel that stab like as a viewer. It's almost like a saw trap, right? Like you're watching, you're like, oh my god, he's bleeding out, and then he's in the hospital. He's like, oh, and then he like as a viewer, okay, he's better. At least with me, like the gross out always gets me, not the scare, the gross out. Um, but it's like one of those things, Then he's later on in life, he's having trouble catching a killer, so he needs Hannibal's help, right? He needs the mind of a psychiatrist to help him, and the real killer's out there, and you see the real killer doing stuff, and he's got the tattoos, and basically they just stole a page from Ed Gein, right? With his mother, abusing him, and him turning out to be a psycho, and him having some kind of physical defect that causes him to not be liked by the ladies, and he tries to hit it off with a blind girl who still feels him here, and she still doesn't care, but somehow, some way, he fucks that up as well. As most serial killers probably end up doing, right? At the same time, he's hunting him and he's killing, and he's like, how does he find him? And then finally, boom, at the end, like, and once you've seen this half a million times, like I have, of course, the end, how he finds him, the VHS store, whatever the fuck, and but the climax is awesome. Like he gives him his address, he goes to, kidnap his family, torture his family, whatever, and then of course at the last minute he gets him right after he burns down his house and whatever the fuck. Basically, though, it's really a good. I think one of my favorite serial killer type of movies out there ever. Let me know what yours is. What's your favorite movie like this? I definitely think it's a lot of people's top three, the whole trilogy, right? Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, and Hannibal. Let me know what yours is in the comments, and I will have more reviews. All right, peace out, my fellow YouTubers.